I just hustle to make sure I have food to eat and I'm able to settle my bills. I'm a trained quantity surveyor, the past 6 years. And
Okay. All right. So I'm actually glad that we have one of this is why we have to ask Queen what she do for a living. It just perhaps you that is out there, you say, okay, yeah, she says she's trained. So for a lady out there who feels I'm not trained and I didn't go to school, or perhaps I went to school but I didn't have the opportunity Queen have. Just in case you think Queen has the opportunities, remember she created most of the opportunities she have now herself, or she have to work into, she have to do a lot of things to get to where she is today. It's not like she don't need urgent 2K again, or in case you have urgent 2K to give her, right? She still needs urgent 2K. But the fact still remains that when she needs something, she can afford what she needs. She doesn't need to depend on anybody to have to have her need met, right? Yes. So if you maybe you for whatever reason you dropped out of school, or you had no opportunity to go to school, and you feel that the only way to survive in this harsh economy is to go into buying and selling of body.
Please not buying and selling of bodies.
What? Like, okay. In case you think that it's only hookuping,
Yeah. That's what
hookupology is the only way to survive. I think we are all here today to disabuse your mind from that particular thinking, and also let you know that there are other things you can do to make a living. Yesterday, just like OJ said, we set up a discussion where we talked about Jamie, you were not here yesterday, but I think you are actually on track with what we talked about yesterday, about this lady that went to supposedly, I mean, so they said, so the guy said,
so he claims.
so the guy claimed, because the lady is not here to defend herself anymore. But so the guy claimed that this lady came to see him, and he caught her cheating, something like that, because he has different stories he have to say in different channels that interviewed him. He had different things to say, right? So in one of those, he said the girl was cheating, and that was why he butchered her. And then in another interview, he said he married her Indomie.
Indomie married her. She's hungry.
She's hungry. She said she didn't have transport to come, and he gave him 3,000. Different stories. Me, I'm very sure that guy is not just okay, right? But and from every indication, this girl is from a very decent home. From all we've seen online, and there is no OJ. It's also important that we point out that for everyone who have seen this story, there is no part of the story where this girl is dressed indecently.
No, not at all.
She has, as in she's so we can boldly hit our chest and say that this girl, the deceased, is a decent person from our own perspective of what, from the online in-laws, online judges, right? We can say that she's now. Why we brought up that story and said to change the topic entirely today, to now narrow it down for one who feels that the only way of survival is to do, probably this is new year and you feel that the land you need to buy, you need to do hookup to buy it, the feeding you need to feed your parents, you need to hook up to feed your parents. Anything you want to do this year, you need to do all those. You need to sell your body, or you need to hook up. What is even hookup, Seth?
Hookup is to hook up to make money.
Wait, let Queen explain it.
Or the advanced way into prostitution, you're not kind on the street this time around. Someone probably share your number with the guy. It's somebody you've not met before actually. So he needs a girl for the night or for the weekend or something. So someone will have to share your number with him. You understand? Then you just contact you and be like, Afa, na me be the girl or na me be the guy. So where do we meet and all that? You're meeting, so
there is a hook and there's an up, like
yes, someone is
arranged,
both of you.
Arranged prostitution.
It's organized.
Okay, professional.
And for ladies who don't want to be seen outside, maybe you're a student, you're a core member, you're young, maybe you're working, maybe a banker or something, but you just do it as side hustle. You understand? And they're not fully into prostitution, like. They're not coded way to just
they're not confirmed prostitutes.
Yes, they don't hang on the road. You can't find them in club. Just a organized way to just share your body. To share your body.
To share your body to different people.
Yes, somebody you don't know, someone you've not met before.
Let's have maybe Jamie have something else he wants to say.
Like she just mentioned earlier, it's more like a business of pleasure. where, like she said, you get to meet strangers. Mostly the clients are strangers. Even the, how should I call them? Is it business people? I don't know, the ladies or even the guys. Yeah, they are strangers. You don't know this person, but you just do whatever it is you're going to be doing for that night or for that particular period to earn some certain amount of money that was arranged. So I think that is exactly what hookup is.
Okay. All right. Remember, the essence of this discussion today is to disabuse your mind. We know it's helping you pay some bills, right? But with the trends, with things happening, like yesterday we shared the story about the one that happened here in Yola, in one of the hotels. Something happened where they beheaded a girl. Is it a girl? A woman. A woman, yes, who also went into something. And there are other stories that have come out, and some of them are swept under the carpet because nobody even know that these people are dead, or you just see a case of missing person. You don't even know what happened to this person. And there are some of them that they survived to come and share their story, right? But you that is still surviving and you are still doing it, we're here to tell you that, Queen, when you finish service, how did you survive? So we just need to ask. But I know that it's not like you start working immediately.
No. Actually, it wasn't easy for me. While I was serving, I was volunteering for some people. They will just ask you, please help me go to this site, help me check what's going on. Sometimes they will pay me, sometimes they will not pay me. So at that point, I just need to build myself to get to know people and build a network of people. So to a point where someone met me and said, do bid for me for 1,500. I was wondering if that's a professional fee or it just doesn't want for pure water. So like, don't worry, I'll not do it. You know, sometimes you find yourself in that spot where you be broke. Yes. During my service, I was able to save like 10K every month because I knew that after service I may not get a job immediately. So I was able to save 10K during service, and then after service, during my service I opened a construction company. I registered a construction company with no job. I just registered in case I'll get a contract. So I was broke for a while. But my savings was helping me, and then the volunteering I was doing that season
Also helped.
Yes, because at least I'll have something. Even though a full employment, they'll try to tip me to go back home for the day and the week. So I suffered.
But the main thing is that you're here. You survived.
I survived.
After the suffering, you survived.
Yes, I did die.
Okay. All right. Just to ask Jamil, before we open up the phone lines, I know people have a lot of things to say.
Exactly.
And like one of the callers yesterday, I remember clearly what she said. And I would want people to also call and help us to help people listen to this program. If you possibly you have a friend who was into it and the person had a bitter experience you will want to share with us, please go ahead and share. If you have a friend too who was into it and maybe did not even survive, or maybe there's somebody who have made it so big. In fact, it seems like people make it big in hookup business. No, seriously.
Yeah, really? Some do.
Okay.
So just because people, anyways, because I want to say just because people make it very big,
don't mean it's cool.
Right.
Doesn't make it right.
Actually, even when they make it big, there's a lot of things they lose. That's the reality. It's more like a business you're giving with your right hand, and also somebody's receiving, or other people are receiving it back. So you might have all of this wealth. Let's assume they are doing it to solve their financial constraint. Actually, it's difficult to find someone who is in hookup who has a target. Okay, let me say I'll be going into hookup for like the next 3 years, and my target is to save the sum of maybe 5 or 7 million so that I can start a business. You hardly find them having that kind of mindset. So that is to tell you bluntly that is not their means of sorting that financial constraint. It's just something that most of them do for fun. Most of them do for fun because they have the idea that, okay, I'm into this because I want to have certain pre-assumed, pre-assumed, should I say, picture of myself, which I believe I should be, and maybe I want to belong to a particular society. Let's say I want to keep buying trendy things. I want to keep being topic, maybe on social media within my friends and stuff. So I need to, keep up to this lifestyle. Standard. And whatever it is I'm earning is not enough.
Go digger.
That's
I can imagine saying about all right, continue.
Yeah. So most of the times you find out So maybe what they are earning, because like she said earlier, some of these ladies are working class ladies. Some of them have job they do.
Some of them are even graduates.
But when they look at, if I can earn, my salary within a night or 2 nights, what's the crime in it? So today I think we'll be looking at the effects that are associated to all of these things, and one of it is what is trending on social media. Even though we're not sure about the lady, but the one that happened in Yola last year, that was a clear incident. We all saw that, and even this is not even the first time. It did happen again. Even before that, there was one again within a hotel that has to do with a student and stuff. I can still remember that vividly. So it kept happening, but it's surprised me how is it that we don't take caution of things like that.
So sad. All right, you want to be a part of the show, you have a contribution you want to make, you have an effect you would want to share with our listeners, or you have any contribution or question you would want to ask, the number you can call to be a part of the show is 081 39570867. I take the number again, 081 39570867. You can also call 081 06880094, 081 06880094. You can also call the number 08051411672, 08051411672. That numbers you call to be a part of the show. All we want you to do is, when you call us, tell us your name and go straight to the point. If you don't want to tell us your name, that's also fine. Feel free to hide your identity. And one thing we want you to do is to share your ideas on what we are discussing. You have a text message you also want to send to the number 08139570867. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to that line, and we'll be sure to read them out. And remember, the program is also live streamed on TikTok. Feel free to go on TikTok. For you that is watching, let's get to hear your contribution right there in the comment section. What do you think about hookup? What do you think? Is there any positive effect to this? This is the beginning of the year, and we bring this discussion to your doorstep. We're bringing the discussion to your doorstep, and we want you to have a change of mind, especially in the beginning of the year. All right, I have a caller here. Good evening. Thank you for calling. Hello. All right, good evening. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Alex.
Okay.
Yes, I'm calling from Bekaki.
Okay.
All right, so give us a contribution to the show today.
Yes, I've been following your program, and it's really interesting it actually trying to talk about. I applaud the young lady next to you there. Honestly, he's a role model. I'll put it that way. He's a role model. Hello?
Yeah, we
Yes.
will use, sir.
Yes, hookup actually it's not a thing that one should be happy about, right? For five. Forget the institution we're having in Nigeria. Hookup is not the way out. People should learn from people what they do to survive in life. You have both hands, you have both legs. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go out for job. Like I myself, I didn't actually go to school that, but I had to learn a trade that give me a life.
Wow.
I'm a boat water operator. I learned I was actually driving for later my siblings said to bro, you have to stop this job. Let's get try and learn something that will keep you close to your family. My younger brother has completely the present job I'm doing now. Boat water operator, construction water and water water. So this job has taken me different places. You get me? So you have both hands, you have both legs, you have complete eyes. You should think of something positive than doing the opposite. A lot of people have lost their life in this hookup. And like my other brother, I think, also said that a lot of stories have come up every day, and there are instances where people miss their life because of this kind of stuff. Because you are moving around with someone you don't know about, phone communication, give me your location now. Okay. So please don't advise how, like, think of positive things that will actually bring you out. So have certificate and learn it free. Like on the take what you was selling for 7,000 apart from other small business was doing to them give us both ways. I really am important to push them. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. We really appreciate. All right. The number you can call to be a part of the show is 08139570867. 08139570867. Let's try to. I don't know why this phone is not picking. All right. We can also try this other line 070 11 525 005. 070 11 525 005. Let's try that line and see if it will go through. I don't know. Okay, it's going now. Yeah.
Hello, good evening.
All right, we lost that call. You do want to call back 0810-688-0094, 080-5141-1672. I take it again, 081-0688-0094, or you call 080-5141-1672. You can also call 081-3957-0867. Remember, it's the beginning of the year, and what do you think for someone who we are saying don't do this, what do you think the person should do instead? Feel free to call and share your thoughts. I don't know why this is not picking. Let's try this one.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, some people don't even know we've picked their call.
Exactly.
081-3957-0867, 080-5141-1672, 070-11-525-005.
Hello, good evening.
What do you mean? How are you doing?
Fine, sir. What's the name and where are you calling us from?
My name is I.T. Allison.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we are with you. So tell us your take on this issue today.
We can hear you. Go ahead. All right. Yeah. How about that caller?
Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello.
Good evening. Let's try this other one.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Madagascar.
Okay. So tell us, what's your contribution to this matter today?
Hello. Okay. I don't know if it's network issue. All right. You can send a text message to the number 081-3957-0867. Feel free to send your text to that line, and we'll be sure to read your message as we see them coming. I'll try this line again. If it doesn't go through, we'll continue the discussion.
Yeah, hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, so what's your contribution to the matter today? So can you speak a little bit louder?
Okay. I think I heard him saying something about they should ask themselves what are their hidden talents that God
Oh,
has
hidden
given them.
talent.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's something you can do. Yes, he's trying to tell them, check yourself. You are valuable. You are higher than being a sex too. There's something you can do. Check. I think one of the problems they have is self-awareness now, self-worth. You think, okay, if I do this one now, it's something. But if you know how valuable you are as a human being, I'm not to be reduced to just a tool for sex alone. I should be able to contribute. That same man that is paying for sex is paying somebody to wash his clothes. He can pay somebody else to cook for him. He can pay, so he's paying someone to take his children home lesson. Why would I be used for just ordinary sex? I should be valuable. There's something I can do. I think that, and I agree with what the man is saying. The man from UA, he said, they should check themselves. What are the things that God has given me? You are beautiful. Okay, you can use that to be a model now. The people that are being paid for just standing stylishly.
But you know how dirty most of this institute is. That if you really want to get known in a particular thing you do, you have to
Still pay.
you have to sell yourself most times to get noticed. Now, I am not, it's not like we're calling any particular organization, but you know very well, Queen, even as a person, that even in a normal job market, in a normal employment, you know that the word, or let's not just limit it to Nigeria, but you know that's how things are now. That for you to get something, most of them tell you what you have. At least for one, I have
All of us have had probably first-hand experience.
Very
Yeah,
well.
the person will tell you, you know what to do to get the
Before you
job.
can get this
You
done.
just see an address.
So you can just
meet
imagine,
with
you can just imagine someone who you're telling that we know you're beautiful, so you can actually use that beauty to do modeling. And now you are there modeling. Your picture is never going out because you've not done the needful.
And you're
So
not paid.
indirectly, no, but seriously, indirectly, even the society is part of the people encouraging hookup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You that is
Yeah.
listening to this program now that will not create
So
an
you are a
opportunity
boss
for
out
someone,
there.
you're a boss out there, listen to us now. You're not creating an opportunity for a young lady who is coming up to really have the opportunity to fly. So let's pick this call.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. What's the name and where are you calling us from? Okay, good evening, sir. So we are with you. Tell us, what's your contribution for today? Oh, we lost
Yeah, I have
them.
this one.
Yeah, hello, good evening, sir.
We lost that one as well. Let's try this.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Oh,
My name
it's
is No calling from Yola.
okay. So tell us, what's your contribution today?
Yeah, my contribution is that nowadays people are looking for an easier way to make money.
Okay.
As a result of that, they have also engaged themselves in such particular act of all those kind of prostitution, or rather, let's say, hookup that we're talking about. So therefore, my own take is that society contributes a lot in terms of that, because some people will send their children to school. You know that you're sending a girl child to school. There is a need for you to make all the necessary requirements that a girl needs in the school. In fact, that some people will go to school. In fact, even for food for them to eat,
It's a problem.
and as a result of that, they have to also find a means in trying to survive. So that one is one part of the things that the society are contributing. And more to that, I would like to also talk about the issue of this hookup issue.
Yes.
The hookup has become a trending thing, or rather, in fact, it has become a business of the day. And the reason is because of many were thinking that things, job opportunity has become something difficult for them to get. So they resulted themselves in such hookup issues. So therefore, I would like to also call on all the general public for them to know that whatsoever that is taking you to whatever destination that is taking you to, you don't know the person you're getting in contact with. You don't know whether it could be a boss at times. You don't know maybe these people are rituals. And by having associating yourself with it, the result is going to be the one we have had these days. So therefore, my call is that let us also ensure that at least we make necessary provision for our children, for us to also have a better society that we are also clamoring for. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
a beautiful one, Marina.
Thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. Saying that parents themselves
also
too need to have they need to contribute. They need to
Yes,
have a
yes,
role to
especially on the
play.
girl
How
child.
can you send a full-fledged
Young lady
woman
to
that
school.
have needs
And there's no money, no food.
and you are not even finding out how she is surviving?
Instead, some parents
In fact,
will
she will
collect
even be in
money.
school and be sending to
Exactly.
you too.
Some parents collect money. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello?
We can
We
hear
can hear
you. Go
you.
ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening. So hit us with your contribution. What's your name and where are you calling
In
us from?
addition to what my brother said,
Oh, okay.
so parents need to, teach their children about, being, how would I put it? Like everything they give their children, they should not look for money anyhow. That to be gratitude.
They should
Yes,
be content.
Okay, they should be contented with whatever they
their
have.
parents provide for them. Let them use it. Let them not go into, insatiable desires of this and that and this and that. So they should be contented with what their parents provided to them. So once you know this and this, your parents can afford it, then you go and use it. Or you don't go about looking for things. You understand? There is peer pressure. So from the home, if they are parents, you understand? Equip them with the knowledge of contentment. They should be contented with whatever they are given to. So this one will go a long way in helping them. If they have that awareness, so even if they go out at the school, they see some people spending money extravagantly, buying this, buying iPhone, this, buying. From the home, they know that their parents told them that don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So they will not even, because they have the knowledge, so they will not aspire to get so many things that they can afford. This one too can help. And what my brother said actually is right. Parents should provide everything for their, if and only if they want to send them to school, boarding school, they must provide for them. If they cannot provide for them,
They should
it's
not send
better
them
not
to
to
school.
send them. Let them do this, go and come back.
This is
I think
serious.
it's better than
All right.
Okay,
Thank you very
okay.
much. Thank you.
I think I have something to say
Please go
basically
ahead.
on that.
The mic.
You see, when she said parents should not, like, if you have it, then you can send. I can tell you that I'm an example of my parents didn't really have enough. Like, I went to school with faith. If there's anything like that, like, my parents didn't have enough before they could send me to school, but that didn't just give me that mindset that, okay, I should go and then sell myself and then hook up with guys
So
and
what
make
was your
money.
restriction as a person?
Good.
Because
And
you
that-
know why I'm asking this question. Let's say we have a young girl out there who her defense now is
Is
that
that my
I
parents
was
doesn't have
sent
money.
to school with
There's
nothing.
no money, yes.
So how did you survive it?
Okay, beautiful. How I could say I survived in school then were, okay, exactly, I had good friends around that
were doing
were
hookup,
there.
that were
They were
bringing-
not doing hookups.
They are bringing their
Exact-
hookup money to you.
They are not doing hookups.
That's
but
what they like
but
to
their
do,
parents
anyways.
were well to do. I was
Okay.
privileged to meet people that their parents were well to do. And they could understand that, okay, we know that your parents do not have this much. And it's not that my parents were not having at all, but then the little they could have to give to
The
me.
comforts
One,
you were looking for in
thank
school,
you.
you were
One
looking
good thing again that woman mentioned was the spirit of contentment. I was actually contented with what I was coming with because I know I can't steal to make it, and my parent does not have. So with the little I have, and then there were some textbooks that I couldn't buy. There were some handout that I couldn't buy. I borrowed to read, and then on that one, I had to read very well because I know it's not my own. Do you understand that? I know that this thing is not my own, so I have to put in more effort to just understand. I must understand that book at that moment because it's not my own. I have to return
you have
it
to
back
return.
to the owner. So that made me really had good results to an extent. Because I know, okay, this person will still collect his book, so I have to
It
understand
seems
it
like
before I could make it.
I'm from another space
Yes.
where textbook is a different mark.
Exactly.
Because when I was in school,
Yes, some
should
lecturers
we
will
not
say that.
should we
Thank
not
you for
say
that.
Lecturers are part of the
Thank
reason why
you.
young girls.
Oh God, that was a
to
very
tell
beautiful
those
one
who
you
are
just
stu-
brought
who are
in now.
students. No,
Exactly.
because
So
I
lecturers will
know-
tell you to your face. If you
Yes.
don't buy my textbook,
His
it's 10
textbook
marks.
is 10 marks.
10
You
marks,
have
and if
to
you don't
that
buy it,
textbook.
it's zero
And-
for you.
And OJ, you know the funniest thing? Whether you write well, you read well, write well, and you do not buy the textbook, even when they are telling you that 10 marks, because they've told you clearly
There is 10 marks too.
in the hall
Yes.
that A was it A? A belongs to Z.
A is for me.
A is for me.
A is for the lecturer.
A,
Yeah.
B is for God, and C is your effort, something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that C you manage to get. Now, imagine when you have, let's say, is
Yeah, you
a
have
4
constraint
credit load,
financially.
or let's say 6 credit load course, and then you are having C. You know, the
it will drag
effect
your
of
result
A,
down.
B, and A, when especially when the credit on that particular course is high, and then you cannot afford a simple textbook.
That is just
Just
what,
because-
2,000 naira, because some of them are 2,000,
And
3,000.
the lecturer
Those days,
tied
yeah.
down
Those
your
days,
success
yes,
to
those
that
days.
lecture, to that textbook. So you as a person, is it like you did not even experience anything like that,
I did.
or those your rich friends
Okay.
also
okay.
assisted
Okay.
in buying tests? No, I
Okay.
just
Yes,
you know this is the
exactly.
way out.
Yes.
Why we're
exactly.
talking about the
So
problem,
need
people
to
need to
yes.
know what other option do I have. If you're telling me I should stop hookup, what other option is available for me to survive even when I'm in school? Because
Exactly.
if I come out with is it lower credit or what
No,
do you
How do I
call
get
it?
a
In
job?
fact, you will not get. In fact, you that even have two. You that
Two
even
and
have
self,
first class,
mama.
2-1. Have they employed you? Are you not get one market selling crayfish and this thing
Seriously?
and bottled water? Then you now that is now having that you are struggling, and you now manage to now have lower credits just because, not because you're not intelligent, but
Yeah,
because you
but
couldn't
some
afford
constraint
the
made that
basic
happen.
things that you need in school. So Oji, how were you able to survive? Because I'll still pass the
Okay,
mic
yes,
to Jamil.
exactly. When you mentioned that, it's got me back to one of my courses, and that was in accounting. Yes, that one plainly he told us, if you don't
Buy
buy
his
this
textbook.
textbook, you are carrying over my course.
Seems like most
Straight.
of these lecturers should be brought to book.
Straight. You're carrying. But let me shock you. You know, some of them just say that to you. If you actually study well and then you make that course, he doesn't have any right to give you that carryover.
It's
I can
his right
testify
you're
that.
talking about.
Yes, I'm telling you that because I know it works for me.
That
Let
is
me
the
give
one
you
that
that.
have a touch of
God in
holiness,
him, right?
touch of
Okay,
God
so
in
maybe
him.
that, maybe
Now,
maybe
out of
so.
those that don't have touch of God in them,
So
touch of
maybe
humanity
yeah,
in them.
it's true because that same man that said, if you don't buy this that, do you know, I didn't really have that. It's not that I stubbornly didn't want to buy that textbook, but seriously at that point I didn't have that just 2,000 naira. I didn't have it, and I was already scared. I was like, God, that means I'm going to carry over this course. But I still did the same style I do. I collected one of my classmates and yes, textbook, and then I read through. Let me shock you. That lady bought, and then she was believing that because I've gotten this textbook, I've not already passed this course, and I didn't think she made a lot of effort on that ground. She carried over that course, and I didn't get the textbook, and I passed that course.
Tell your lecturer have a touch of God.
So that's why I was telling you that some people might not be like
Let me
that.
take the mic to Jamil. Let's get here from Jamil. Jamil, what do you think for a person who let's say you are a hookupper, okay, an ex-hookup,
Yeah,
now,
hookup and
because we
hookup.
believe very well that
Let's
this
use that
discussion
discussion.
now is changing the mindset of some persons. But the only thing now that is keeping them in that business now is the fact that they cannot afford some basic things in school, e.g. textbook. What do you advise such person should do?
Well, first of all, let's identify the fact that for every situation, there's at least possible 2 options. That is, let's say the first option is the one you're thinking of, which is the hookup. Then the second option is the one which is not related to hookup. It might be any other thing, but not related to hookup. Why am I saying this? Every person, no matter what status you happen to be in life, at any position, that person faces different categories of challenges.
True.
Yours might be the inability to afford maybe the textbook at that moment, or it might be you're constrained with financial challenges within your school life. That doesn't really warrant that you need to go into that. I have a friend who happened to go into hookup, and when I asked her, she'll be like, I take responsibility of my family. I am in school. I need to do all of this because if I don't do, what will I do? Then I told her, have you ever sat down and asked yourself that question sincerely? If I don't do this, what will I do? You're just saying it because you're using it as a defense. But when you ask yourself this question and you mean it deep down, I'm assuring you there's something you can do. It might not just be going to your friends to help you out. You can even do little business in school. Let me give you an example. When I was in diploma, a friend of mine, Abdul Wahab to be specific, from Ghana, he was in school. He was sending money home.
Wow.
How did he even get to that particular point? It's simple. What he does is, since there's numbers of lazy students. What he normally do is he goes to classes. He now announces to them that if you have assignments, I do assignments.
Wow.
So he
That's
collects
where
your
minor
assignments,
ICT came out
go
from.
to the cafe, go to the cafe.
Wow.
He had a negotiation with the cafe guys. Okay, I'll be bringing assignments to your shop. I'll be keeping the money for the assignment. Then I'll pay you for the prints out. So that was how. Before the end of the day, you see, then 2,000 was a lot of money. He ends up with 2,000, 3,000 as a student. And he keeps sending money home when he was in school. This is just his innovation. You know, there are other ladies who sell as little as boiled egg.
Yes.
Anything
You know,
with
I had them in my
Yes.
department then. They'll fry chin chin.
And
Wow.
now, there's
I know when
POS.
lecturer is doing one long course that you are tired of listening like this.
You
You
just
look for
buy
something
from
to
your
put in your
classmates.
mouth.
There's even
Exactly.
POS now, but now the main thing here is let's identify. We say society. First of all, who are this society? What
Me
is
and you,
society?
all of us.
That's the idea. Society is an element that flows with the idea generated within or even between these people that live in the society. If, for instance, everybody has a mindset that I'm not going to do hookup, this is not a way of living. I'm telling you, those people who normally seek for hookup will not.
They will
There's
change too.
countries where if you go, you don't dare even ask if there's hookup people around. Even though there is, you don't have the mind to even
ask.
think of asking. And there's places that even if you don't ask, people will be like, oh God, there is no.
Yeah, they are
Because of
being
what the
around.
society within.
Okay,
Why am I
let's
talking
get
about
this call.
society?
Sorry,
Okay.
let's get this call. It has been
Hello,
ringing.
good evening. Okay, you're calling back. Please, can you be louder a little?
So, I was just looking at those people. We feel something has spread back to the parents of those who come people. That for people, the support and the strength to do this who come method is coming from their parents. Their parents will not throw their hands like this and waiting for their children to feed them. Waiting for them. In fact, children will be drinking things that food will not even ask the thought of them. So, as much as we are talking about the way out, I want to say, let us know that some people, the strength of doing that is coming from the parents, because the parents train them or groom them to do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much for that contribution. All right. I'm certain that parents are listening to this program as well, and the youth of today is actually the parents we will be having in the future.
Yeah.
So imagine when we have people of today having that mindset now that this is not a way to go. Let's say by the time these parents of these days have phased out. But these parents of this is even the Gen Z. Most of them are Gen Z.
That's where the issue is. That's where the issue is. And
They are
let's
the
be
retired
realistic.
hookup.
Let's be realistic.
Most of them.
Madam Maina, let's be realistic.
Tell
You know,
me.
when we talk about students is just a small chunk of the community of this particular act. You know, most of
But
them.
that is where it starts from. It starts from the
some of them are
classroom.
not even students.
They
Some
don't
of
know
them
how
are
to
not
do
even
school.
school.
That's
They're
like
just
Some of them
inside
use school as an
to cover
excuse. Like, okay,
They're not even
since-
students, they're just there.
because then when you want to go into prostitution, you find a lady leave her family home or leaves even her state, go to another state.
Yes, so
Now
they will not
there's
be able to
there's
do that.
there's a modernized way of doing it. You don't need to have a room anywhere. Just be alert. Whenever I text you or call you, babe, what's up? Something is cooking. Oh, okay, hit me up. Then you find an excuse and leave home. So if I'm not at home, I don't need to explain myself. So okay, get admission, come to our school now. So you get the point. So even within this cycle, some of these people are even working class ladies.
Yeah.
Some are working class men. So in the case whereby you happen to find out that you need to sell your body to get a particular job, and you feel like, okay, since everybody's doing it, let me do it too. Let me tell you something. If you refuse today, that person might not give you that job.
Yeah.
But whenever your
Certainly.
story comes up, that person will be like, this person is not like this.
And God will pave a way. after
That's
that
one
person.
thing again. And I can assure you one thing for sure is if you refuse today, somebody refused today, if like for instance everybody's refusing him, there'll be a point that will be like, I'm tired now. Since nobody want to do now
I'm
by
not
force.
doing well, yeah.
You understand? But if this one is doing, you're not doing, don't bother. For every person who has made it to the top through this kind of ways, you find out most of them, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them are frustrated because there's something specific they do lack. Like whenever you see their lifestyle, there's something they are lacking which they wish they can have, but they might not, let it out publicly. But whenever you study them from a close, you find out that something is missing within their life.
All right. First of all, I want to say, while we're talking, money is also good. Since I'm not doing hookup, I'm doing radio program. And somebody is sending me ice cream. So let me just tell you, thank you for the ice cream. Andy James, thank you very much for the gift to send across on the live session. Thank you very much. Yes, any of you that is there, since we were not doing hookup, look at all of us here now. We're radio, you are not hooking up. So you can do what to send us the gifts, eh? All right, Queen, I want to come to you, but before I come to you, he mentioned something about getting some little things to do. I can really attest to that. And one of the ways, like for the person who goes to the cyber cafe, he does the printing and the rest of that. You really need to be computer literate to do most of these things. Sorry, I'm coming from that angle because when I finished secondary school, I had to work a little, just like OJ's story. I wasn't having parents who, in fact, I wasn't even living with the parents. I was living with an auntie, you understand? And at some point, I had to leave Lagos to some other places where I had to meet an uncle who said, what are you doing? All right, go to a computer school. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this computer school is that for parents, for you that is there as a parent, listen to us right now. You need to start now to equip your child on some computer skills. I am not saying on phone skills. Because the same way you operate phone, if they bring laptop, if you know operator, teach these children, teach your child how to use this system. Because I tell you that the computer that I know was what helped me when I was in school. I had an uncle who was ready to provide everything that I needed, but from beginning I had the mindset of an independent lady. I didn't want to go home to do anything. I don't want to be going home wanting. I was in school, I was working. If I call home to get something, I will get it from my uncle, right? But I was in school, I was doing assignments, and that assignment is that I'll collect it, use the laptop I got as a birthday gift. Of course, I know how to request for a good thing for birthday when you ask me what do you want. I used to type the assignment. Do you know, in a day I'll finish a chapter as in one full project, chapter 1 to 5. And you know how technical chapter 2 is, the literature review. You know how technical in a day. That's how fast I am with the system. You understand? And I was doing students' projects. Those ones doing hookup, I was doing their projects.
For them. You're cashing out your money.
The point I'm making is that it's from the beginning I learned. Because it's not like I got to school and then I had to now start looking for what to do.
To learn at that
I
point.
already have that skill. I was able to utilize it when I needed extra money to feed on. Right? Okay, Queen, let's just have you talk.
Okay, so for me, what I'm going to say is, even as a student, just like you said, I remember helping people with assignments and they buy me food though. As funny as I remember helping somebody to solve some surveying questions that seemed difficult. Guy just said, okay, no problem. I have some food I have not been cooking. Let me dash you. I brought, if you can remember, there was rice, a lot of things that so this brain service. So yes, I may not be good at computer because I didn't have a computer when I was in Polytechnic then. But at least I was telling people to solve anything. I will ask you, what man show you this math? What you cook come? As soon as I will yes, I'll stop the math and I'll eat food and go back home. Yes. And then one important one to know is there's this self-esteem that you will lose at the process of this hookup. You don't know where you meet that man again tomorrow.
Exactly.
You want to get married, you end up
I think I'm going to share the story about a lady who the person who he wanted to marry. After the hookup, he got to the house and then it was the father of the marriage. You can imagine. But that will be on Thursday when we wrap up this particular discussion. Remember, we're still running this discussion till Thursday.
Then maybe per adventure you are having fertility issue, God forbid. You know this due to be there. Maybe it's the hookup. Maybe the man has used my children for one ritual. Maybe it's the abortion. Or maybe it's the stop you like. You just there's just so many maybes in your head. You understand? Why don't you try and just try your best and have this so that you be proud, you be bold. Imagine Donald Trump's wife used to be hookup lady.
Imagine.
There are some people that have your videos, you're not aware of.
Yeah,
You know, we
exactly.
have issues sometimes. Where one man was, we are having
We are out of time. I said, okay, we're out of time. I really would love to have this complete squad on Thursday where we wrap up this particular discussion. You can keep this conversation ongoing on WhatsApp, on Facebook as well, and even on WhatsApp. If you have any concerns you will have wanted to make and we are unable to accept your call, please do well to send your messages to the number 081-3957-0867. This discussion is very interesting and I'm very sure you out there you're enjoying this discussion. But one thing is certain, for you that is planning to go into it or you that's already into it, I hope that the little things we've said have already started making you to change your mind. We'll continue the discussion on Thursday. Just to say bye bye. No time.
Bye everyone.
Bye. All right. It's still me, your house, princess, and I'm saying go back, Kaba. All of you now don't hear I'm already, so just reply go back, Kaba.
I know it's not that people.
Come back, Kaba. Not be outside.
So the people are saying this like this one that comes out to me. Come back, Kaba.
It's the English method of the Hausa, the English way of saying Koba Kaba. Oh my God, it's interesting, Jerry.
The big J. MC Alda.
Thank you, Andy James, for the Keuta. Thank you, all of you, for sending me Keuta ice cream. We're having a discussion, so I couldn't tell you that I got ice cream. Thank you very much for that ice cream. I've licked it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy James. Thank you.